What is the American dream? I think if I were to honestly sit back and reflect on it, I'd say that today it would be defined as basically the whole hustle culture. Go out and get your money. Find any possible way. You're deserving riches. You deserve to be a millionaire, a billionaire, whatever. But you need to go out and grind. Just grind, grind, grind. Rise and grind type of mentality. Any sort of stream of revenue you can find, get out there and get it. Beat the other guy. Make all this money. And I think it's changed over time. And I would need some of the elder people in our community to kind of back me up on this, but I'm wondering if my parents, the boomer generation, would kind of define it as being able to support your family, as being able to have a house and a couple kids, a car, a decent job that can afford to pay for all that. One single income taking care of everything. And if we could go back in history, was it just the pursuit of happiness, being able to establish a lifestyle? I think it's kind of evolved into this thing now where it's about getting your riches, the American dream, that brass ring to reach for, to get your fame, get your money, get whatever it's possible, because that's what you deserve. And I think it plays a big role in what's going on in our society today. Because if it has changed from just simply being able to provide a life and a comfortable life for your family and a house and a living and everything else like that to being rich and pursuing this, I think we've been duped. I think we've been contrived by the 1% in this country. Because I know people that talk about, don't tax the rich. And I ask them, why? Why do you not want to tax the rich? Why would you not want to have this part of the society, this 1%, put in their fair share to help cover and deal with some of the expenses we need around here? And they say, I don't want it to affect me when I become rich. And it just baffles me when I hear this because, one, the people that usually say this are not the ones that are going to be rich any day soon. They have no good ideas. They don't have the intestinal fortitude to go out and pursue it, to the drive inside themselves to go. So it's not really an achievable goal that they have set out before them, but they think they got it. They have this dream that one day they'll be living on Easy Street with a couple boats, a few houses, and all that stuff. And it's just not there. But I think they've bought into this illusion that it's achievable. It's right there, just outside their grasp. This next great idea that I come up with is going to be the one. This next great app is going to be the one that sets me apart. And it simply isn't true. Because if you look at the stats, there's just under 800 billionaires in America now, which would be like one out of every 400,000 people is a billionaire in this country. And that's not very good odds for everyone. There's not that much money. And you look at the stats and how it's going up and the disparity of wealth, of how it's always increasing more and more to the top and the bottom's getting shut out. And I think it's starting to show. I don't know if anyone's seen this, but in our state, we had one of our congressmen come out to Columbus, Nebraska, and he was going to have a town hall meeting. And for most of you that aren't familiar with Nebraska, there's two blue dots in Nebraska, and one's not fully blue. It's a lot of red mixed in it. But it's Omaha is extremely blue, and Lincoln is about half and half because there's a lot of surrounding communities that are rural in the Lincoln area. These Republican senators and congressmen we elect don't go to the blue areas. They go to the red areas, and Columbus is a red area. And what I've seen here from a few videos in our state is these guys are just getting taken over the coals. And Representative Flood went up to Columbus the other day and was having a town hall meeting, and people were taking him to task. And he was asking about balancing the budget. And he says, you don't want to have a balanced budget. And the people started chanting, tax the rich. These are people, red-blooded, red hat-wearing type people in this community, chanting tax the rich. And it didn't sink into him, I don't think. He didn't have it. He was going on, why would we want to do that? We're trying to balance the budget. Don't you want a balanced budget? And the idea is that these people are seeing the cuts, and the cuts aren't affecting the top 1%. The cuts are affecting all the constituents that voted for these people. And they don't get it. They don't understand why people are upset. It's because you're taken away from the people. and benefiting the people on top that don't need it. If we could reverse this mindset, things would be a lot greater. And the people are starting to see this now too. A balanced budget isn't cutting out welfare and subsidies to farmers and stuff like this. That's not how you do it. An easy solution is to go to the top and say, hey, pay your fair share. You don't need $1 billion to live every year. You can live off a few million and be comfortable. We're going to start taking some of that back and start helping bring these other people up. And when we start doing that, things will start getting better and the people won't be so upset. If they're not going to listen and the people are getting angry, I can see it in my state. There's been a few town halls in here that have just gone poorly for the Republican representatives, which is everyone we send to this federal government is Republican. They've all gone poorly because they're not seeing this. They're listening to the paychecks that are feeding them, telling them, no, we got to keep cutting from the people that need it instead of cutting from the people that don't need it. If we change our goal and realize that just an honest lifestyle that would be comfortable, allowing someone to have a roof over their head, not have to worry about paying mortgage, being able to feed their families comfortably and not worrying about being gouged at the grocery stores, being able to get gas at the gas stations, just to be able to live comfortably in the means that they're provided by their employers. If that could just be the dream that we live on to and understand that we're never going to be affected by these tax breaks that are given to the top 1%, because we're never going to get in there. It's a private club that they don't want anyone else in. They hate sharing it with each other. They're not going to share it with more people. They're going to keep getting this disparity going and going. So when we start realizing this as a people, that this is only harming us and benefiting them on top, and we need to start taking from them on top to pay their fair share, then things will be good. We have to keep being vocal. We have to keep holding these guys to the fire and making sure they understand. We're not going to stand for it. And if you're going to take away our vote and our representation, because that's what their job is to represent what we say to them to do, not what benefits them most, then there's going to be trouble in this country. I can guarantee it.